One of the cool things about camp is it's really that low barrier of entry. We talked about it a little bit before, but having this low barrier of entry that kids just engage on a fun level. And it's really kind of cool. Like in my experience, there's always different adults that are kind of pulled in that haven't either had that experience before or that are like newer to church stuff in general. And like it's a low barrier of entry for them too. It's an opportunity to plug in, and it really becomes interesting relationships on an adult level,
Right.
which is my favorite piece of it, right? I mean, the kid stuff is great and getting to watch those kids grow from year to year, but the adult relationships, I mean,
From an adult relationship place, it is one of the few places that you can have. Again, I'm going to use the word intimacy because it is so revolutionary to how we normally live our lives.
yeah.
You start talking about adults having intimate relationships, and it brings in every other image that is so far removed
Yeah.
from what intimacy actually entails, of being true, of being honest, of being vulnerable, and to put them in a spot where they're having to engage some of the things they are uncomfortable with, whether that be a ridiculously gross, messy game that we're doing and going, I have to decide whether I'm going to engage in that or not, whether it is the idea that on some level I'm going to have to teach something with that, whether it is I have to have absolute silence when I sleep, and I'm not going to have that, or I have to have a mattress that is exactly, whether it is a memory foam or a Tempur-Pedic or whatever you got that has to recline in so many ways, and I've got a pad and a wooden board underneath me.
Pad is generous.
I didn't say how big of a pad. I just said pad. The smart ones bring their own, and then you go from there. Or the experienced ones bring their own. But all of that entails into what that intimacy really brings out. That doesn't happen, unfortunately, anywhere else in our culture, even in places where it maybe should. Even in some cases in home, we stay guarded, whether it be between parents and kids can have a guarded, intimate relationship. The church should be a place where we do that, but we're not always invested in that same way. So a church should be a good entryway, and some churches are and do that really well, but not always. And so so you're right, having this real low entry barrier that is fun, but even in that low entry barrier also sets the expectation of this is what we want from each other. So.
And I mean, the week beats you down, right? Like you find a lot of people, kids included, in those first couple of days. I mean, they're gonna keep up the walls, but like through the course of the week, there's a moment that God's gonna say, "Get down here, okay? Okay, you need to fully immerse yourself in this." And and there's vulnerability, and it's fun to track that and all of the people there and get to watch it. From moment to moment, from day to day, and then ultimately from year to year. And like you said, church is supposed to be that place that we can strip those things. And I'm happy that church camp can continue to be that kind of space, even when the institution doesn't always succeed at that.
Gotta be side by side.